Hello, I was just going to do my skincare and I thought I would just chat with you guys. I put a wee question box on my story. My hair is so bad, but I'm going to fix it in this video. Yeah, I put a wee box on my story about like general questions, and the South Beach launch is finally out. It launched yesterday morning and it looks like it's done really well so far. Very excited about it. But I just thought I would answer some questions about it and just some general life updates while I do my skincare / get ready. So yeah, how are we all? What's new? I actually got some of the road stuff and it's, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it peels off. I don't know, am I just not using it right? It feels like it's coming off my skin when I touch my face and comes off in like rolls. Do you know what I mean? I don't love it, but maybe I'm just not using it right yet. A bit of practice with it. So much skincare these days, I'm just so confused. Because now I'm struggling, I think this blurs everything out, but I've got some quite bad pigmentation since it's been so sunny here. I've been like out in the sun and stuff, and I've been wearing Factor 50 on my face, but I've got some bad pigmentation. So Robbie's sister Amy told me to get this wee dude, which I've really been liking, this Caudalie serum. So I've been trying that. First I need to do a wee toner, and then at night I've been using the Ordinary stuff. So everyone said that's really good for pigmentation. Like, I get it quite bad around my lips as well. By the way, speaking of my lips, right, I get grief on my lips all the time, right? I don't know why. I personally really like them, and so my friend Lauren has done my lips for like years, and I've not had my lips done since like 2020, so like yeah, there might be a bit of like migraine or whatever, but I would like to just state that my lips are naturally one side is bigger than the other, so the filler's probably just fallen that way over time. I've not had them done since, well, it's now 2023, so a long time, and I just like the way they look. Like, I don't want to get them dissolved. That's not something I'm willing to do, but like, I see your comments and they're not very kind, but like, I like them, so if it doesn't bother me, it really shouldn't bother you. People making like fake accounts pretending they're aesthetic queens, and they're like, I'm a trained professional for the past 10 years, your lips aren't right, you need them fixed. I'm like, babe, if my lips were bad, Lauren's actually my best friend, I'm her bridesmaid, she would say to me, come in, we'll fix them. And actually during the week I went to get the Neo Found treatment like on my face, and I mentioned my lips to this girl as well, and I thought I'll get another aesthetics queen opinion, and she was like, I love your lips. She was like, don't change, and I'm sure if they were bad they would say to me, she was like, don't change them. She was like, I like the size of them. She was like, don't get them dissolved. Like, she shot me down when I'd suggested that, and I was like, you know, you are right. If I like them, what is the issue? I personally like my lips. They aren't too big, they aren't too small, and they're juicy. And yes, it's obvious that there's filler in there, but I like them, okay? So we can clear that up. Anyway, on to serum. I think this is the old one. Yeah, it is. So I've been really liking this Glow Recipe one. It's like a blur one. I'm quite oily, so it's nice. It kind of blurs your pores a wee bit and makes you look a tiny bit more matte. Obviously dewy skin like is the goal, but it is nice to cover up those really shiny areas sometimes in my skincare era. Right, I remember one of the questions being, how was Harry Styles? I think he's doing his last few shows in Wembley just now. It was everything to me. It was so good. I'm going to put the serum on my forehead, just on my pigmentation area. It's like really bad from like certain angles, and then some angles like you literally can't see it, but it's just like a dark patch like on my forehead. I've never ever noticed it before. It's definitely new, but it's definitely from just being in like the sun or whatever. Apparently it's like more normal than you think. I've just never had a problem before. Like, can you see it from that angle? I can in the mirror. But apparently this really works. It just takes a few weeks to kick in. So where's my wee question box? So Harry Styles, to die for, everything you could ever imagine. That's the new one. So where's my other ones? Everything you could imagine. Oh, he's just the best ever. The first night was so good, right? I went with Lauren and Laura and we had so much fun. It was amazing. And I was like, how are we going to beat that? And if you were a night 2 girly, you know. What the fuck was going on? Like, that was some of the best shit I've ever seen in my life. Do you know what? I'm going to say it. It was better than the Beyonce concert night 2. I said it. I said it. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. In fact, it was the best show I've ever seen in my life. It was just in such a good place, you could tell. And if you go on TikTok and you search Harry Styles Love on Tour night 2, you'll know exactly what I mean. We got so many special moments that I'm so glad I went back for night 2. Anyway, that was amazing. How was your school life? Someone asked. I really loved school, to be honest. I think I've probably said that on here before. I really enjoyed it. My school provided a lot of like extra curriculum, like some clubs and a lot of like music things, and I just personally thrived doing that. I loved school. I specifically loved my school. I went to St Aloysius College, for anyone that cares, and I feel like most people that went there have the same opinion, apart from my wee sister Lily. She hated it. She left after like 2 years. But yeah, really enjoyed. Fake tan routine. Right now I am holding up pretty much a natural tan from being in the sun. It's been scorching here, but I have been using a bit of the Garnier moisturiser. I also use the Palmer's moisturiser. I just kind of alternate them, just depending on what I'm in the mood for. But my tanning routine, I've been loving the Molly May filter tan, so good. And the Tanologist, is it Express, I think it is, the new one they brought out in Ultra Dark, amazing. Quite similar fake tans, and they both smell like fine compared to some. I've been loving the Laneige. That's my favourite, but my one that is opened is in my bag over there and I can't remember where to go for, so this is handy, so I'll just take it from here. Any trips planned with Megan? Yes, we are going to Ibiza together in like less than 2 weeks now. Next Thursday I go away on Robbie's sister's hen, and then I come back and then we go to Ibiza with JD, which I'm really excited about. And then we have another trip that's kind of low-key at the moment. On tan, on holiday, what's your tan routine? I would say I do get quite a good natural tan on holiday, but I do like to upkeep with the, what do you call it, Garnier or Palmer's, either or. Do you ever see yourself living somewhere other than Glasgow? Honestly, no. I love Glasgow so much, I don't think I would ever move. I would maybe do like Dubai or something for maybe like a year of my life, you know, go and save some money, but I don't know. I kind of love Glasgow so much. Everyone I know and love is here, so why would I leave that? And also my career is here, so I don't really see that for myself. Do you think there can be pros to renting a property? For me, like, I moved home like in a bit of a rush, as you guys know, and I wasn't like in a position to like buy, well, something like this anyway. And I have lived in like 3 flats now that I've rented since I was like 21. Just circumstantial, like it's just what I've had to do, and then I now want a house because I need space for all this stuff, and I need space for my dogs, I need a garden, so that is something I would like to do hopefully this time next year, is buy a house. So that's just why I rent. It's very, I think for a lot of people, if it makes sense for you, you get a lot of rents and all out there, but like it's very circumstantial and it makes sense for me, and I don't have any problem doing it. I don't feel like I'm losing money because moving home isn't an option for me. Like, love my family so much, there's no room for me. I also have children, so I cannot move my dogs and all this stuff in, and this is just what I had to do last year when I was in an emergency, and I found myself the happiest ever here, so I'm not like in a rush to leave. I've moved a lot over the last like 4-5 years, so I'm just like really comfortable, and I'm just willing to pay the rent because it makes me comfortable and I feel safe and happy here. So yeah, it's very circumstantial, as I said 14 times. How are your dogs? They're really good. They're a wee bit cheeky sometimes on their walks, and they kind of shout at everybody and shout at dogs, which is annoying, but I love them so much. They just need a wee bit of training or something, I think. What made you go for the chop? I absolutely love it, but I'm so scared to do mine. It's the best thing I've ever done. Right now my hair is kind of crazy and a mess, but I'm just going to scrape it back today. In fact, I could do that while we're all chatting here. Let's scrape the hair back. I think I have some gel here anyway. I do. I use the Way pomade. It's the best ever. And have I got some bobbles in here? I do. Perfect. Yeah, I love my bob. Do you know, I've actually always been like a shorter hair girly. I think this is like the shortest I've ever been, but remember when Miley Cyrus, just before she completely chopped all her hair off, she had like it was like the Miley bob, it was like a lob like mine. I thought I'm gonna do that when I was like, I think I must have been like 16, 17. And I done it and I loved it so much. I had my hair like that for years. It wasn't as short as this, but it was still that kind of blunt cut. But yeah, I loved it so much, and I always thought about it when my hair was getting longer there. I was actually growing my hair, and then I thought, this isn't really going anywhere for me. Like, I'm just not destined to be a super long hair girl, because I'd use a lot of heat and stuff on my hair, and it was struggling, and it actually needed a big chop, and it feels the healthiest it's ever felt. Yeah, I just think I suit shorter hair. Like, my mum always says, she's a hairdresser, she's like, I just like your hair short better. Like, even when I've had my extensions and stuff, she's low-key like hated them. But yeah, I do love my short hair. One of the questions here is actually quite a good question. It's, do you suffer from anxiety? Which I'm sure literally most people watching this do. Yes, I definitely do. Sorry, I literally couldn't talk and do that at the same time there. I was finding that very difficult. My wee short bits do fall down, so I'm just going to pin them in a wee bit. Yeah, one of the questions was, do you suffer from anxiety and how do you deal with it if so? So I would say I, over the years, have kind of gotten a bit better with it, but like new forms of anxiety come and go, and I would say one that I struggle with most recently, and I would say in the last like 6 to 8 months, is my social anxiety. Like, obviously with my job we have to go to a lot of new things, a lot of new people, and that is something that just really stresses me out recently, and I don't know why. And I want like Robbie to be with me everywhere I go, or like someone like Lily or Ruby, and not so much like with my friends, but I would say like work things, or even in like newer settings. I just think everyone hates me. Like, I honestly say to Robbie all the time, they don't like me, and he's like, what are you talking about, they didn't even look at you, and I'm like, I just know they hate me. And I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it comes from being like a major people pleaser, and I just desperately want everybody to like me, which is sad in a way, but like, is it such a bad trait that you're like in like a I do things to go out of my way to make people like me, and like, yeah, it's probably, and for me, not the best trait, but like to other people, do they know? It's not like a horrible, I don't know, because I'm not like a yes person. It's hard to explain, but I would say my social anxiety is quite bad at the moment, and I don't know why. It's not with like my like lifelong friends or anything, but I just struggle with it like quite a bit, and I obviously desperately struggle with what people have to say about me or think of me, which is hard, and it's quite difficult to deal with because I literally don't know how to switch that off. My friend Rachel always says, did I say this in a vlog recently? She always says that doesn't matter, we're literally living on a floating rock and there's billions of us, no one cares about what you're worrying about. And I do try and put that into perspective quite a lot when I'm worrying about something, or if I think someone doesn't like me, I'm like, does that matter though? And it doesn't, it actually does not matter. But yeah, that's something I'm kind of struggling with. Don't know how to really overcome that, but I do at this moment in time think everyone hates me, and it's not nice. It's really not nice to think like I could literally say one thing like over text and I'll be like, why did I say that? I'm so hated. It's quite unpleasant, and it does keep me from maybe going to as many things as I would like to, and I just don't ever want to be like not by like Robbie's side or like with the dogs or like with my family, which is also fine, that's just my comfort zone, but I just like, I don't know, it's a weird one, and it's quite new and I don't really know how to deal with it. On that note, a few of you actually asked how are you finding season 2, like how's filming or whatever. Are you excited for season 2? Yes, I'm so excited for season 2. I'm really looking forward to it. I actually had a like chat with my manager and like the producer when it came to talking about filming dates, and my manager Evie was like, Molly, if you don't want to do it, like she's so like puts us first, and she's just like, if you don't want to do this and it's making you too anxious, she just knows what I'm like. The answer is no, like you have a choice. And I'm like, no, but I don't want to let like you down, and obviously it's a lot, like I had the storyline last time and I don't want to confuse things and it doesn't follow on, and I don't want to mess things up again, people pleasing aspect, don't want to upset anybody else, but I actually just don't, I just can't do it. Like I wish I could, I actually wish I could, because filming's so fun. I love the camera crew, I love the producers, like I love the show. I actually like enjoyed like kind of living that was so much fun to film and like live with the BBC and stuff. That was so cool, but it's just not something my mental health can take. I just can't, like that is just me being transparent and honest, but I can't do it. I find it really hard when the actual show comes out to kind of relive it, even if it's not bad. I find it really difficult to watch myself, and opinions obviously arise. I'll be honest and say that I think I got like the nicest feedback last time. Loved it so much. I appreciate every single one that sent me a nice message. Obviously my scenes and stuff were quite difficult, and I really appreciated it. However, I can't live with the anxiety of the show coming out again and knowing that there's something in there that I don't want people to see, and I just can't take that risk again for the sake of my well-being. That is just to God honest truth. I am physically just not cut out, mentally and physically not cut out to be a reality TV show star. I'm too anxious of a person, and that is a good move in this year for me to say no to something so big, but I just know that it's not for me. I am, however, like a kind of background person. I'm in the show, just because a lot of things I go to would be filmed, like a lot of like work things, and obviously like Megan's like my best friend, so if there's things that she's doing I'm usually there, so like I would be involved in that, and like if she needs to like comment on, if you need me to like comment or be a friend in any way on the show, then I would of course be happy to speak about like things like that. But I just don't have a storyline myself this time. That's just something that like me and the producer and my managers like just came to as a better option for me in the long run. But apart from that, I'm so excited because I can't wait to watch it and not be worried or stressed, because the show's amazing and so is everybody in it. So I'm so looking forward to watching everybody thrive. Like I know some of the stuff that's being filmed right now is just so good. Like I know Megan's filming a particular thing that's just going to be so nice to watch, and I'm so excited. And the same with like Abby and Monique, and yeah, I'm just like really proud to be a part of it. And I don't want to ever seem like ungrateful. I'm going on about this a bit much, but I don't want to ever seem like, oh no, not for me, because it really took a lot and I was really struggling with it. But I just need to put myself first, and it's not that I'm not going to be involved, because I am. I'm just not like a main person this time, and I don't really have a storyline. So yeah, I hope that kind of clears it up for you guys. So I'm not really filming at the moment. Also it's like obviously super time consuming, and I know everybody's like, they're literally dogs, get over it, but my life revolves around the dogs and they're my life, and I need to commit to them. And there's some things that I just can't do or can't go to, or need to leave earlier, or can need to be late, because I am the sole provider for the dogs, and that's just it. Like, they're my life now, and that's what I chose to do. So they're my priority and everything, and I need to make more time for them. So yeah, that was a really long-winded answer, but I hope that kind of clears that all up, and I'm sure so many of you will understand where I'm coming from. There might be people that don't and be like, I would love to do that, and again, don't want to seem ungrateful, but it's just a personal decision. Any new tattoo additions? I've actually not had a tattoo since my RJ tattoo, the one that I got for Robbie. I think I'll probably get another one when I go to Ibiza. I imagine I'll go to Tiny Tattoo. I'd like some maybe more wee tiny ones on my arm, and maybe more, I'd like one maybe like there-ish. We'll see. I love mini tattoos, and I'll get as many as I can without making them too obvious, because you know I like to pretend like I don't sometimes. But yeah, that was my last one. I've not had one in months. That was February, January. Are you going to Ibiza this year? I'll have best tips. Thank you so much. I'm actually going to be outfit planning today because I have our afternoon off, and I feel like the next 3 weeks are just mobbed, so I'm going to start like planning what I'm going to be wearing and when. South Beach, what sizes? It goes from a size 4 to 16, and things are still dropping like as we speak. I'm sure by the time this video's up everything will be there, but with ASOS it takes like 24 hours for absolutely everything to be live, so you kind of drop a couple pieces at a time on the day that it launches. So everything should be up by the time you see this video. I will be doing some more posts and maybe like a reel, and just show you guys like how I'm going to style it, because obviously when I do a shoot you kind of just have to wear the item as is, just for e-com shots and to show how it fits and the shape and the back and the front, whereas like I'm usually like, covered in jewellery, and like, so it's like hard for me to show how I would style it. But I'll definitely be doing some of those kind of videos and TikToks and things like that, just so that you guys can have like a better understanding of me and the collection, because obviously like I like to put my own spin on things, but that's hard when it comes to like such a professional huge launch. I don't want to like cover it with like my usual maxi skirts, like things like that. So I will be doing like all of that. It's obviously just early days, it only launched yesterday. 5 things you keep in your bag. I would say I always have this. I have Laneige, so I have the Satsuma hand cream from Body Shop. I have the Laneige. I always have a pack of Airwaves, and probably like a mini perfume and my card holder. Usually these as well, actually. These are all sitting here. Sunglasses. What else? I'm actually going to put a bit of this on. I've been using this for ages and I do really like it, but I managed to get the oily skin one, which I feel like might help with how, do you know what, my skin has just been like even more oily in this heat, and it's just like not fun. Like I'll think I look like gorge, and then I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, Miss Molly, your face is fucking wet. I love the smell of this so much. Feels like I'm on holiday every day when I use it. When I got my nail file thing, she said the skin on my forehead was so rough, and I'm like, babes, so's my dad's, and she's like, yeah, it's genetic, look. Because she gave me like the thingies all over her face, and she's like, yeah, that's genetics, babe. Anyway, I feel like I've answered quite a lot of questions. This video is half an hour long. I will stay tuned on like my Instagram and stuff and TikTok, everything. Another product I love to use is the Glow Recipe. It's the ultra fine mist in the watermelon. You know how I love the watermelon drop, so guys, it is stunning. I even put it on like on top of my makeup and stuff whenever I've got a bit of makeup on. But yeah, I will wrap this video up. Probably going to edit it just now after actually, because I have a free afternoon. I'm going to style some outfits, and I will catch up with you guys in my JID Ibiza trip sponsored by Juicy Couture. I know, it's iconic, but thanks for watching.